This is an urgent appeal from the Disasters Emergency Committee. Hundreds of thousands of people have fled their homes to escape conflict in Ukraine, leaving jobs, belongings and loved ones behind. They need shelter, food and water. You can help. To donate online, search DEC or text radio to 70150 to give £10. Thank you.
Streaming 24/7, this is Brum Radio.
Thank you for downloading this Brum Radio podcast. For more podcasts, visit brumradio.com.
Good afternoon, you're listening to Interval Theatre on Brum Radio. I'm Dave Massey. I'm joined on the telephone by Amy Ellen Richardson, who is playing the part of Margaret New in Everybody's Talking About Jamie. That's coming to the Alexandra Theatre from the 14th to the 18th of September. And that's today as we play this interview out. Amy, how does it feel to be back in the theatre?
Oh, there are so many feelings about it. Everybody's so excited just to be back. It's been a long, long time, and because we didn't know when we were going to be back, we were in limbo for a very long time. So we're thrilled. We're all thrilled. And to be telling this story specifically, I think everybody needs this show in their lives right now.
Absolutely.
So, we're dead excited about it.
And have you done any dates yet for the show, or is this the first dates that you're doing?
No, we've just been in Manchester in Salford at the Lowry for 2 weeks.
Fantastic.
Where the audiences were just crazy. So hopefully the Brum audiences will live up to the times that I've been to the Hippodrome and the Alex before. So I'm looking forward to bringing the show. We all are to Birmingham because that was the last place we were when we were all told to lock down.
Yeah.
So it's very poignant that we're coming back, and we're now finally able to tell the story of Jamie Campbell and his mum to Birmingham finally after over 18 months.
The weirdest thing about having that experience, and we were standing, my co-presenter Eleanor and I were standing in the theatre, was that the real Jamie was standing outside of the theatre greeting the fans, and he was just so fantastic with them, just taking pictures of them. And because it was like the last few days before COVID, he was giving them lots of hugs, and it was just to realise now what an important moment that must have been for those young people who had that opportunity to give him a hug, and he's giving out all that energy to people was just amazing to see. What was the first point that you encountered this production or the story? When did you first hear about it or see it, or when did you first learn about it?
Well, I'd heard great things about it from I worked at Sheffield Crucible a while ago, and I'd already heard so many great things about it buzzing around the theatre there, and then I worked with my boy Leighton, who plays Jamie in our show, and we worked together at the Crucible, completely different roles.
Wow.
And we all went as a group. We were doing Kiss Me Kate. We all went as a group to see Leighton because he was about to do it in Takeover from John, I believe, in town. So he was going in January. We all went as a group to support him. That was the first time I'd ever seen the show.
Brilliant.
So I was super, super proud of him, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was wonderful, and I'd also seen the documentary actually way before that, which was highly compelling and really moving actually. And and then I was doing another show at the time in town, and I got a call to say, would you like to come in and audition for the role of Margaret? And I just couldn't believe my luck, really, that day. It was just, it's a dream come true. This role is everything, and because we have such a responsibility to tell Jamie and Margaret's story, as well as everybody else on that stage, because Jamie wouldn't be there without his support unit and network of people around him, for sure. But yes, it was when I got told that I was successful. I did cry.
That's brilliant.
So it's the most beautiful, moving, important story, and we all feel very, very privileged to be able to tell it.
What's quite interesting is in terms of the people that are involved in the cast and the crew of it and the creators, I recognise lots of names from such disparate things. Like Tom McRae, I recognise him from being a writer for Doctor Who, and Dan Gillespie Sells as being from The Feeling. Is it important that these guys that have been involved in it and the cast that you get involved in it are recognisable from other parts of entertainment or music or television?
I don't think it's important as such, but what it is it's a huge collaboration of people with the most amazing skill sets, a variety of skill sets, who are amazing at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, Tom, Johnny Butterell, our director, and Matt Ryan, who's our director on tour. It's just such a huge collaboration, and Dan brings. He's so clever because all of his music. When you see the show, there's so many genres of music in there. There's pop. There's funk. There's sort of a slightly legitimate musical theatre in there. There's a slightly sort of reggae sound I always find in one of the numbers as well. And it's just it's awesome. And Tom with his script and lyrics, and Johnny bringing it all together. It's just it was bound to be a success because of those people involved, and with the story on top. Again, it's a huge privilege. It's a huge privilege to be a small cog in a now huge wheel. Jamie has sort of taken off globally now, which is absolutely amazing. And the movie's coming out the 17th of this month. So yes, it's very, very exciting.
That's brilliant. I mean, that's actually coming out on Amazon Prime for people to watch in the UK, and I think that's just so exciting just to have films delivered in that way via Amazon Prime. I'm sure there'll be availability at cinema at certain points for people to go and see it as well. When you've been working with this cast that's come in, who have you met in the cast that you maybe had heard of before, and you know that you suddenly having the chance to work with them? What sort? Because I can see loads of big names within there, like Shane Ritchie.
My goodness. Well, the first person that springs to mind, it's a joy to work with every single one of them, and I'm not just saying that.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. I think what's been really eye-opening about joining this sort of Jamie family is that there's so much heart to the piece.
Yes. And
everybody involved is a good egg, a good human, and we all get on like a house on fire. But the one person that I was very excited to work with was Shobna.
Yes.
Because I'm a huge fan of her work, but I'm also a huge fan of Victoria Wood.
Mm-hmm.
So to be able to share the stage with Shobes is just an absolute joy. She's a dream to work with.
Yes.
We bounce off each other really easily, and it's just a joy. It's a joy every single time we're on there. It really is. I've missed that. I've missed that camaraderie with all of the cast. Yes, it's something that was very much missed in lockdown. Fantastic.
You can find out more about the production of Everybody's Talking About Jamie at the website everybody'stalkingaboutjamie.co.uk. If you go onto the website for ATG tickets, you can book tickets to see this at the Alexandra this week as this interview plays out. It's there until the 18th of September. Amy, thank you so much for chatting to us about this today. It's been lovely.
An absolute pleasure, Dave. Absolute pleasure.
Thank you for listening to this Brum Radio podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us on your podcast app.